Okay, folks, back with another episode, Good Vibes Network, and we're here making oxtail. Okay, these are the ingredients we're gonna put in the ox today. It's the UMAMI ox, special, extra special. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show y'all how to do it tonight. You know what I mean? Okay, let's do this. Ready? Okay, so we got the ox here, right? These are all the seasonings we're gonna use in there. Dry seasonings, you know what I mean? These are the dry seasonings here. And these are the, real seasoning. The herbs. We got, what do we have here? Garlic, Scotch bonnet pepper. We got onion. We got a tomato. I know a lot of people don't use tomato in their ox, but we got tomato. Sweeten it up a bit. We got thyme. And we also have pimento seeds. You got to put a couple of those in there. And I'm experimenting a little bit. I'm going to put just a little shaving of coconut cream in there, you know. Just make it special, you know. Okay, so let's get this started now. We have the ox here. We're going to dry season this oxtail. It's already cleaned it in vinegar, washed it out, you know what I mean? It's good to go. So we're gonna put some dry seasoning on that right now. Okay, let's go, folks. Okay, folks, right now we have everything in front of us, everything that we're gonna use. I'm gonna take this oxtail here and put on all the dry seasonings here. All the dry seasonings you see here, I'm gonna put on it right now. You know, so this is how we do it. Big pot here, the ox in there. Okay, look at that oxtail. Let's do this. Start off with a little salt. You know. Sprinkle a little salt in there. Oh, Damn, okay, yeah. Salt in there. Ox, all the dry ingredients here. We're about to season up the ox. Before I season up, I put a little bit of oil in it. Just so that they say when you do this, the seasoning sticks a little bit better, you know what I mean? They say when you do this, so I started doing that, you know? Alright. There we go. Now let's put the dry seasonings on there. Let's start with a little bit of onion powder. I give it a pounding so it breaks up a little bit, yeah. Okay, so you sprinkle. I don't measure. I just kind of do it by eye, but it's onion powder, not onion salt. Just onion powder. Put some onion in there. Okay. Next, some black pepper. We like black pepper here. Sprinkle, be not too generous, but sprinkle some black pepper on there. Black pepper makes it taste better all the time. We got some garlic. Garlic powder. Sprinkle some on there too. Generous, we like garlic. Okay. We got some minced onion here. These is like dehydrated onions. I throw them in there too. Not everybody has this. You don't need to add this, but it adds a little flavor in there, you know. And you got some white pepper. I don't know. I've seen it in a recipe. I just feel like I got the black and the white pepper, okay? Sprinkle a little white pepper in there. Like, these peppers, they have nothing to do with, like, it's not really hot. It just gives a certain flavor, you know? You got these red pepper. Red pepper. It looks like crushed up pepper seeds. I threw that in there too because I have some of that. Throw some of that in there, you know? It's oxtail. Most people, when they hear ox, they get complicated. Like, they want to, they think it's a difficult thing. You know what I mean? It's too hard. They want to put too much thought into it. But this, the simpler, the better. I put a little smoked paprika in here too, just because I got the seasoning. Look like expensive seasoning, not too much of that in there, you know? So those are the dry seasonings I have here so far. And now, hold on, we have some salt. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt in there. That's the last dry seasoning I'm gonna put on here. Excuse me. Put a sprinkle in there, not too much because you can always add more salt at the end to the stew. It's an oxtail stew, you know what I mean? So those are the dry seasonings. So I'm gonna mix in these dry seasonings here by hand, you know? Let's do it. Oh, hold on. I had some thyme too, hold on. Let me add in the thyme. Add some thyme. A lot of times I use dried thyme, but this time we have fresh thyme. It's fresh thyme. Be fresh. Actually, I'm gonna add some dry thyme in there too. Okay, so we got a little bit of fresh thyme in there. Okay, well, there we go. Thyme leaves. Add a little dry thyme in there. Okay, put the salt in there already. Like, we're not trying to over salt, so okay, we got this seasoning mix here. This is the dry mix. This is the dry mix. We want to get that in there seasoned, you know? This is the dry mix. Okay. Now, I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce in there. To bring up the salt a little bit. And then add a little sugar. I know a lot of people don't do this, but we're gonna add a little sugar in there to bring that umami. This is what makes it that umami. You know what I mean? Salt, the sugar. They're contrasting tastes, so they bring that good flavor to you, you know? Okay. I might have forgotten the red. Did I put red pepper? Just in case we don't put a little bit more. That's okay. Okay. And a little browning to give it that color. This is also a little sweetening, so you don't want to put too much sugar or too much of this. This is like molasses. So this is that browning color. It's like burnt sugar, actually. So give it that browning color because we like that brown stewed look. You know what I mean? That's how we do our thing. This is how I do it. Or this is how I've learned. You know what I mean? Put a little browning on there. mix those oxtails up. Well, if you're afraid to do it by hand, you can put on a glove. You go plastic bag. You know what I mean? Do it how you want to do it. Okay, so those are all the dry seasonings on there. Okay. Just went to wash my hands. Now we're going to put in the last dry ingredient. Put a little bit of this in there. You know what I mean? A little bit of sazon, you know? My little secret. This. Put a little bit of this in there. It'll spice up any dish. I won't lie. Sazon, hey. Let's be partners. You know what I mean? Give me a little advertising. I got you on this. Put a little bit of sazon and you good. And you good no matter where you are. You know what I mean? All right. Now let's mix this in. Let's go. That smells just great already. I love the way that smells. Yo. That smells beautiful. Look at these. They cut them big out here too. Ooh wee! You see that? Yeah, that's what we doing. That's what we doing out here. Okay. After that, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna chop up these and put them in here too. Add more seasoning to it. You know what I mean? Let them sit in there for a little while. Okay. We'll be back, folks. Okay, now I'm about to cut up the veg. Let's go. We got tomato, scallion, onion, scotch bonnet, and was this 6 garlic cloves. Start with the onion. Dice them up, just like that. No particular way to use. Dice them up, cut these down, yeah. And go in the stew. Okay, so we got our onions there. Do our garlic. Smash them before I cut them. For some reason I can feel that scotch bonnet pepper and I haven't even, or is that the onion? I can feel something's burning. Chop everything down, you know what I mean? Because it's gonna go in the stew, the meat, you know what I mean? Okay, so that's the garlic and onion. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna put it into the oxtail right now. Onion, garlic. See? Just like that, simple enough. Now let's cut up the rest of these. Already been washed. These are green onions, scallion to some people. Cut them down. I learned Yardman style from my stepdad, you know what I mean? We cook it Yardman style, so I passed on, you know what I mean? Cook it the same way. And chop up. I don't even just chop these time. You don't have to. You just throw them in the pot, but we're gonna chop them up today. Okay, I'm gonna use half of a tomato. A lot of people don't use tomatoes. Some people use carrots too. So add a little sweetness, but we put some sugar. But we don't put a tomato in there because we have it, you know what I mean? There's no set way for every recipe. You could do it the way you want to do it, you know what I mean? Add whatever you want, so that's what I do. So I'm putting a tomato in here. Half a tomato, actually. I'll chop up the Scotch bonnet. See how it looks. Cut it in half first. Ooh. Okay, not too much seeds. It looks good on the inside. We'll put half the seeds. Put some seeds in there, give it a little fire, you know? Okay. There we go. Woo! You can smell that. That smells great. That smells great. A little fire in there, yeah. Just a little bit, half a pepper. Alright. There we go. So that's it for the fresh seasonings, fresh from the garden. So see how that looks now? We're gonna mix it all in. What I'm gonna do, add a little I'm gonna add a little soy because the veggies need seasoning too. So we're gonna put a little soy on there and a little black pepper. Yeah, this black pepper, excuse me. Oh, we'll crush some fresh black pepper in there. Fresh crushed black pepper in there. Prefer the fresh crush. Use what you have. Okay, so we're back. And the ox has been sitting there for 8 hours, seasoned, nice. See the seasoning soaking, marinated. So this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna take the ox, just like this, shake the veg off it. Shake the veg off, put it into this container over here because we're gonna sear the ox after we shake off all the veg off of it. Okay. Shake off the veg. And we'll do that with the rest of the ox. Okay. So this is what we have after we separated the oxtail, the seasoned oxtail, from the veg. The veg is in here, and this is what we're gonna do now. We're about to sear the oxtail. Okay, now folks, we got the oxtail here. We separated it from the veg. We separated it from the veg. It's been seasoning for 6 hours, you know. So we separated it from the veg. And now we're going to sear this oxtail right here in this pot here. Put a little bit of oil in the pot. And we're about to sear the ox. We're about to sear the ox, okay? So we're gonna let the pot heat up a little bit. And we're gonna sear the ox. Okay, back up a little bit. Okay, sound like the pot is heating up, so we're gonna sear the ox. ox is seared. I want to fry it up a little bit before we add in the veg. Okay, so it's the oxtail here. We browned it, you know what I mean? We semi-fried it, and it's ready to go. We're putting in the veg right now. Alright? Putting in that veg that we had marinated in earlier. Putting in the veg. That's all the onion, garlic, tomato, pimento, thyme, all that good stuff in there. And we're gonna continue to brown it up a bit. And then we're gonna add some water and let it stew for hours. I'll cut back in when we're putting in the water. So right now I'm just gonna let it cook up a bit more. With the veg inside, let them cook, let the veg cook a little bit, and then we're about to put in some hot water. All right, let it stew down for a couple hours. All right, so this is what we're doing right now. We're putting oxtail. All right, you see it, you see it. We're stew up a thing right now. Say less, you know what I mean? Less is more. When you say less is more. So we'll get back to you when I throw in some water. You guys are gonna see this. Delicious food. All right. Back. Okay. So the ox looks like after 2 hours. You know, I added water in it. I added a mixture of water, cornstarch, and soy sauce to kind of thicken up the sauce. That's what I added the cornstarch for. But it's been bubbling for 2 hours, and it's almost ready. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Stewed out nice, you know what I mean? Stewed. Oh, see? Fall off the boat. Fall off the boat off. It's pretty much done right now. We got the rice cooked. We're almost ready to plate and eat. Alright, see you guys with the plating. Okay, folks. So the oxtails is done. The umami oxtail is done. Let's take a look at it now. That looks nice, stewed out nice. So we're gonna dish out a plate right now. Alright. Beautiful. Look at that ox. Look at that stewed down and everything. Everything in there. So we're gonna make out a plate right now, folks. Tune in next time, like, share, subscribe, and I'll go through more recipes with you guys. I love cooking, you know what I mean? Looks pretty. You know, the oxtail, a little stew on top, you know. All right, that's the oxtail for you. All right. tune in next time.